Howdy, everybody. I just got to open up YouTube on my phone here. Give me a second here because this is my first time ever doing a um, live stream through Restream. I just got to open up YouTube on my phone here. Give me a second here because this is my first time ever doing a live stream through Restream. All right. Okay. I think we're good. All right. We're going to bring Jake in here. You there, Jake?
What's up, buddy?
That's awesome. Yeah, it's the first time I ever done one of these. Dave from Live from the Shed taught me how to do these, so through Restream.
Well, Dave's a pretty good man.
Yeah. How are you today, Jake?
Oh, I'm good, man. Good. Just living life on the farm here for a little bit.
Yeah. So when did you get back there? You went right after Ottawa?
Yeah. I guess it was the Monday or Tuesday after everything went sour that week, the last weekend. By the time I got back, I think it was Tuesday.
When they went authoritarian on us.
Yeah. To put it lightly, eh?
Yeah. So Jake, you were down amongst it all for the whole thing, eh?
Yeah, I was. So you remember Sammy, our good man Sammy Fields, running all the mechanics, running around Wellington Street. So we were originally at Coventry, and then the first Tuesday I had a buddy of mine, Darcy, with me. I had to run back to Nova Scotia with him, right? So we snuck Sam's trailer over to Wellington, the end of you know where it was at, basically the very end of Wellington Street. And I had to drive home, so I was gone from the first Tuesday to the second Friday. And then after that, I was, living on Wellington Street and at the tomb every day.
What were you doing at the tomb every day?
Well, so I don't know if everybody saw this, but that first week we were there, there was a disabled vet and a bunch of the truck drivers were clearing off the snow at the tomb, right? So when I got back, I had a arrangement of cloth flowers for my brother's suit. My Master Corporal Rob Campbell was a brother of ours, got murdered down here in Nova Scotia. RCMP have done nothing about that.
Really?
Surprise. And so I went over that second Friday to take these flower arrangements over, right? And what's there is that mother effing fence. And it had been snowing, and it was shitty, and I was just fucking mad. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't lay my my flowers on the tomb for my brother, so I went and borrowed one of the shovels from one of the guys, one of the truckers, and I just started shoveling snow, man. It's like, what else was I gonna do, I guess.
So it all started out with the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, right? Is what it's called.
Yeah, can you turn your volume up a little bit, brother?
My volume?
You're a little low on my end.
I don't know how I would do that.
Maybe you're just low on my end. We'll get through it either way, bub.
Okay, can you hear me? Should I talk louder?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're just low, and I'm really loud, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, so this all started when we first got to Ottawa, and someone was dancing or something on the tomb, right?
Yeah, there's that lady that got on the tomb. I actually hadn't seen the video, like the actual video of it, until probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. And she did get there's the war memorial, right? Like the large, upright war memorial. Then behind that, there's the actual tomb of the unknown soldier, right? So for anybody that's never been there, it looks like a coffin, and superimposed on top of it is a broadsword with some flowers and stuff, and it's a dome convex thing. So I don't know. Like, again, I'm not making excuses for her doing that, but she might have been on it for like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, you saw it, Tanner. It's not somewhere where you're going to be like standing on and having a party. Obviously, that shouldn't have happened. So that happened the very first Saturday or Friday night. Like, it was the first or second night.
Saturday.
So, what's that? It was a Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah. So they didn't put the fence up around the war memorial until 2:30 a.m. the next Friday morning. So how concerned were they about the war memorial? They weren't, right? They just wanted to have their fence up so CBC could be there at 8 o'clock in the morning and take their pictures, and all the, everybody's so violent. They're just, disrespecting the war memorial. Well, you want to talk about disrespecting war memorial? Well, Where's the honor guard, right? Like, I can't tell you. I had 100 Ottawa residents tell me the war memorials never looked that good for that 2 weeks we were looking after, 2.5 weeks. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, why isn't that thing pristine every day? Where's the honor guard? Right? Like, so they did that for optics. That's what they always do, right?
Yeah, optics. Yeah, because when we came in like that Saturday, and people have to remember there was probably, I'm gonna guess, at least 200,000 people that were there that first Saturday and Sunday. And you know what? I mean, yeah, sure, it's that's very sad that someone would think to go and jump on the tomb of the unknown soldier and dance. But you know, I mean, when you have 200,000 people in that kind of environment, someone's gonna do something stupid. And for obviously for CBC and them to grab that and say, "Oh, hey, you know what? These guys are all assholes." That is insane. It's crazy, man.
Well, most people probably don't realize this, but I think it was last Remembrance Day, but it might have been I'm pretty sure it was the last one. The Governor General was late to the Remembrance Day ceremony, and then she got out of her car, and they announced her getting out and interrupted the moment of silence. Like, you want to like, I don't know, man. Like, that seems pretty goddamn disrespectful to me. And as far as the lady going on the tomb, man, like, look at the video. That lady is out of her mind, liquor, like, out of her mind, drunk. In my opinion, right? Like, you know, and you nailed it, man. Like, you were up late every night too, brother. Like, did you see a single altercation?
No, I didn't
Like,
see anything.
even you know how Friday and Saturday people like the tourist protesters, I guess we'll call them, that would come into town. People were drinking, whatever. I never even seen people yelling at each other unless it was screaming freedom or like running to give somebody a hug, right? Like, so for them to try and portray that as anything but peaceful is just exactly what propagandists do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why you chase CBC off. There's a video of Jake actually running CBC off when they came up to film something or do something, and you were calling them scum of the earth and all this. And tell us about that.
Well, that was like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes right after we had taken the fence down. And just like to clarify, and like there's video of this. That was like, you know, Mark Mendocino, that like mental Marco, we like to call him, one of the ministers, gets on there and gets into Parliament and says that protesters tore the fence down around the war memorial and attacked it. Well, I mean, how many hours of video are there of my brother Brian Maher? There was a bunch of us standing in front of the fence. He made the announcement, said, "Listen, we want to take this down. If there's any vets here that aren't interested in being a part of this, step out. You know, any people that aren't vets, step back. Right? Like, this is on us." We took it down, stacked it up, and for them to like protesters, like, every one of us was wearing a beret or a rack of medals. Every one of them. Right? Like, it was blatantly veterans. For them to to attack, like, what did I attack? We attacked the war memorial with snow shovels and ice picks and salt. Like, just so that's again why I ran the CBC off, right? Like, this. So this is, fence has been down for 20 minutes and we're working away at cleaning the ice. And it's like, you're not going to take, that was the best moment of my life, period. Hands down, period. Right. And like the men and women that have served this country, and some of those badass men and women that this country's ever produced, hugging me till my ribs hurt that day over that fence coming down. Right. So CBC wasn't coming in there and playing their little propagandist garbage game that day, man. Like, of all days, I would like, get out of here. They didn't want to. They would walk by when I would be, sweeping or shoveling or whatever, and I'd ask them if they wanted to chat. It's like, hey, I'm a veteran here at the War Memorial, cleaning the snow off. I'm like, you guys want to chat, man? And they would just look dead head straight and walk faster, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys are journalists. They're not journalists, man. They're just propagandists, period, right?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't realize about our country right now is that, like, a lot of people, some of these older generation, whoever still wants to buy into the CBC garbage, A lot of these people, I don't think, understand that, you know, they've been bought out in the past couple years, maybe even last 5 years.
Well, a lot worse than they were before. Like they were obviously whatever before, but the last 5-6 years since the coward of the cottage has gone in, it's been pretty friggin' bad, right?
What do you call him again? The what of the cottage?
The coward of the cottage.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one.
But
Yeah,
whoever put out that song that did that out, the coward of the cottage song, you're a Canadian legend. Just like to say that.
that's a good one. But yeah, it's like I think for generations, like a lot of these people thought they could trust democracy or they could rely on it, and they could, you know, they could trust government, they could trust their national news organization. You know, I mean, for years, people probably just obviously thought that. I mean, you know, ever since through the baby boomer era after the war, you're supposed to be able to trust all this stuff. You know,
but like, to be fair, they probably could, and that was their source of news, right? Like it's hard not to be frustrated and whatever with that. But like, so actually, this surprised the shit out of me. Dave from Live at the Shed said the other day when I was on with him that the 65 and older demographic on his live streams is huge. So like,
yeah, mine too, yeah.
Well, that blew my mind, man. I didn't see that coming at all. And I think I was saying this on with him the other day. Like, nobody goes back to the CBC, right? Like, you and me are never going to be like, you know what? The CBC aren't lying propaganda scumbags. I am going to start listening to them. So literally every day, there's people coming over here and are finding alternate sources of information that are being enlightened. You know, nobody's going back down the propaganda hole, right? So we're winning as far as that goes. We just got to keep getting all these streams out, getting the truth out. Like, you going out to see Top, that was amazing, man. Like that guy's a legend already.
Man, that guy is.
Come on,
cool
just strap the rucksack on side. You know what? What can I do? Well, I'm an infantry recce warrant. I'm just gonna walk this out. like
yeah,
unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, and they all have backpacks.
It is, man.
They got
like
backpacks.
so just for everyone's knowledge, the BFT is the basic fitness test in the military, and I think it's 60-70 pounds in your rucksack, and it's a 13-kilometer march, and you got I think it's 2.5 hours to do it. It's been 11 years since I did one, but like, so Top's doing that every day, minimum twice, if not like 3 or 4 times every day.
That's so cool.
Through the rock, like through the mountains, across the plains. Wait till he gets to Ontario and he hits the bugs, right?
Remember that video in the beginning, that really good one, that C-Nick or something, I think is the YouTuber that made it.
That original video when he's in his full dress uniform?
Yeah, and the one where he meets everyone the first morning he leaves at the Terry Fox Memorial in Vancouver.
They're killing it.
Dude, like that second video too, like the first video, unreal. The second video, when he was leaving, the Indigenous fella stands up and he says, you're going through the mountains and across the plains and you're going to meet many people, some who approve and some who don't approve of you. And he goes through this whole thing and I'm like, oh man, this is cool. You know, it is so much, like from his first announcement, so much excitement behind it, eh?
Dude, well, we were still in Ottawa when he left, right?
Yeah.
Or he was talking about it. I don't know if he'd left yet.
He just started talking about it, and then
I saw it. I was like, is this guy serious? And like you say, only a recce infantry or warrant would even like come up with this plan and then just be like, fuck it. I'm like, we're stepping off troops. Here we go, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be awesome, man. I'm a bunch of so we started that if you don't mind me plugging the Vets for Freedom thing after Ottawa.
Please do.
A bunch of the guys over there. So there's Tom Marazzo. Tom's running for the Ontario First Party, I believe, in Ontario for the provincial election. There's Eddie Cornell, Daryl Smith, Andrew McGilvery, and so those last three, or the first four, were in Ottawa. And our brother Sam, he was an ex-dragoon like myself. He was at the Windsor Blockade. So they got together and we formed this group. It's called Vetrans for Freedom. You can find them at Vetrans4freedom.ca. That'll give you all the social media, Rumble, YouTube, all that jazz, right? So we're just raising, we're raising funds to get vets to these freedom events. Obviously, right now we're big on supporting James Topp. We got a fundraiser April 28th in Burlington at the Polish Ballroom, I do believe. I don't know if they're going to let me in. It seems pretty fancy. But yeah. And then then there's the Rolling Thunder Ottawa biker rally in Ottawa the 29th and 30th, and the Vets for Freedom are going to be there. That's was started by one of our members, Neil, another Dragoon. So yeah, we're just trying to get the vets out there, man. Right? And if any vets are listening or watching or want to check it out, it's Vetrans4freedom.ca. You can sign up there. You can donate there.
Hey, I'm just going to bring it on the screen here. I'm just trying to, sorry, could you repeat the website?
It's Vetrans4freedom.ca.
4freedom.ca.
Yeah, you got it, brother.
Veterans. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up on the page here. Dave was actually showing me how to do this yesterday as well.
Yeah, you're getting schooled up, eh? A little bit different than fucking burnout videos, what?
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, eh? Everything I've done is usually like manual record or live stream on my phone. So I'm like, how do I live stream with someone else? So Dave and I were sitting there for like 2 hours.
Hey man, but like, you know what? And that's the beauty of Ottawa, man. Like, just think of the network and the connections that we all made. Like, from the Veterans for Freedom thing to all, like, you guys got a great community with all you guys are out there live stream with Austin. Are you meeting up with Austin and those guys when they're heading out your way now, aren't they?
I'm hoping to. And yeah, maybe do a live stream with them. I wanted to go down to the Bill Gates thing, but I'm finally like the James Topp thing. I had to pick one thing I could do, and it was the James Topp thing. And now I got to get back to, like, I got like 4 broken down shit boxes. Gutters are falling off the house. Like, the dog's mad.
Yeah.
They're like, you know it, man. That's why you had to go.
Gotta get back to real life for a minute, eh?
Yeah. Oh God. So yeah, I don't know. And the cool thing is, like, this Ottawa thing, which excites me. Like, I know it was a dark day when we were all pushed out of there, but you know what? We all had our morale still. We were all like, this is meant to happen. This is all just, we came here to expose these buggers. We're doing that. And now you're watching all of Canada is spreading like wildfire. People are waking up, and they're opening their eyes to what's going on. And now we actually have a movement. And what they're trying to figure out how to do right now is how to unite all these cells across Canada, because we have, every city has a protest. Every city has people who are just like, I don't want to do this, this, and that. But none of them know each other. None of them are like, hey, you see what's going on in Calgary? You know, I was in Niagara, and I said, you see what's going on in Calgary? They got an emergency injunction there, almost like Ottawa. And people are like, no, never heard of it. I'm like, you guys all, like, we all need to be united.
And that's nuts. And you were saying, like, there's, like, people are getting arrested for honking horns for freedom, but can honk horns for the Ukraine.
Yeah, you can honk horns for all the other protests around town within the municipality of Calgary, but you cannot support the freedom protest, even though the injunction is citywide. But they're using it. They're not using it.
They're only enforcing it on the freedom protesters.
Yeah, don't lash out in this country.
Surprise! Hey, you're not supporting the right thing, bud. You got to support the current thing.
Yeah. Well, Trudeau just announced today. I seen from our good old pals CBC there. He's already talking about more media regulation. And he only allowed in accredited journalists who were not going to ask him tough questions, which he always claims.
Oh my God, man! Like, and that, like, folks, if I can say anything, you got to look at the bills going through the Parliament and the Senate right now, because it is bad. It is bad. Universal basic income, search and seizure, the C11, which is like the internet news bill. Like, that's just like, I don't even know what to say to that, man. Like, no, our propaganda is not working, and you guys are actually getting the truth. So we're gonna have to shut that right down as quick as possible. Like,
yeah, no kidding, eh?
While the RCMP constables and MPs got a raise the same day that the carbon tax went up.
I'm appalled. I mean, like, we've seen Trudeau.
Yeah. You nailed it, buddy. Oop, you nailed it.
Well, we've seen Trudeau do 2 unprecedented things in the past month. I mean, first, the first time we've ever invoked the Emergencies Act, which is a rewritten War Measures Act. He invoked that over bouncy castles. And then we have him joining this, what he doesn't call a coalition government, joining up the NDP. I don't think that's ever been done on the federal level before, as far as I can tell.
I don't know, man, but it's like, and honestly, as much as that's a bunch of bullshit, it's not like we weren't living in that anyway. Look at all the MPs' voting records for the last 2 years, man. everything except for the Emergencies Act, the Liberals, the NDP, the Bloc, and the Conservatives voted unanimously on. All the crazy COVID hysteria, every single one of them. So, you know, they might as well have had their coalition government going before anyway, right? Like, Jagmeet's not going to like it's pretty like we're so far left that even the like Liberal MPs are anonymously speaking out against it. Like,
well, this is why they called us far right extremists, because they are far left extremists. Like they're left leaning ideologies.
Dude, if you're not a far left progressive, you're a alt right or far right extremist. Like, there's no in between. There's no like classical. I honestly find most people that are alt right are actually like classical liberals, in my opinion. Right?
Me too. I agree.
Like, just leave me alone. Less government and leave me alone.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my life. I don't want you here,
dude. So in Queens, this is how it's going, brother. In Queens County down here, so every county in Nova Scotia is rural except for the Halifax County, right? So they were trying to pass a bylaw down there, and it was like an anti-homesteading bill. Like, you can't collect rainwater. If you no more than 5 chickens, if you have a rooster, it has to be registered. One animal per acre, like all sorts of crazy shit in rural Nova Scotia, man. Like,
why?
Why? Because they don't want you looking after yourself.
Fucking sick. Yeah, they want to take away all your individuality. The masks were just the start of that, I think. And
brother, you like. I wore a mask for 6 months, 100%, and it's not because I thought it worked. Like, I was trained as a stonemason, man. Like, I've ground out a lot of mortar joints with a hand grinder, right? Those masks don't do shit. Like, they don't do shit. But I'm also not trying to give grandma a heart attack at the grocery store or whatever either, right? But after that, it's like, this is just literally, oh shit, I lost my words here. It's just a step in training you to do what you're told, right? Like, if you put a dog on a leash or on a chain and you take one chain away every day, you shorten the chain one link every day. 2 months from now, the dog don't even realize it's only got 3 inches of chain left, right?
Yeah,
and that's exactly 100%. What the mass is. That, like, just think of the arrows on the floors and like the dots to stand on, like. And people still use them and stand on them, man. Like, and I'm sorry. I laugh because because it's so frustrating, and it's not like, I don't think these people are dumb. I don't think that, like, you know what I mean. Like, when you hear something over and over and over and over again all the time, and like this is like what they did was classic Psyops. One, the Canadian military literally said that they used the pandemic as an opportunity to try out Psyops on the Canadian public. That's in a goddamn CBC article. You know what I mean? And that the constant the moving of the goalposts, as we all like to say, right? Like that oh, I'm so stressed out. Oh, okay, we'll give you a little bit. Okay, we're going to take a little bit more. Then we're going to give it back. That is classic Psyops, man. That's how you mentally break people, right? Because they just have had enough, right? And that's why we all ended up in Ottawa, because we had enough. Well, probably had enough a few months prior to that, but
well, yeah, maybe a year. But here's they
they
move the goalposts, or they'll push you till you protest and you lash out. Then they'll let it off for a bit. Then they'll do it again.
And then they go back hard.
And they keep putting it, almost like they did to us in Ottawa with that wall of violent extremists that pushed us back.
Oh, but dude.
A little bit at a time.
Well, and like, let's think about that. The very first people that they fucking beat and arrested were veterans wearing their war medals, man. Like, I was right there. Like, that was the first. That was disgusting, man. Like, that was disgusting. Like, that's why we ran down there, hoping that they having a line of veterans there might stem the tide, as it were, or whatever, right? But, you know, poor Chris Deering, man, he got the shit kicked out of him. Probably has 6 months of physio left, and wearing his sacrifice medal, wearing his Afghan medal, got the shit. Like, if you see the video of the guy catching the knees really bad on Sussex Street, that's Chris. He might be 140 pounds, 130 pounds, right? So, but that's why they had to take cops from all over the country, volunteers to get that done, and pay them whatever it was, 7 days pay for 1 day's work. But and also all you cops out there that weren't willing to be riot cops, but you're willing to process everybody there, you're just as culpable, because those cowards couldn't have done what they did if you hadn't done what you did. So take a long, deep think about what you've done there, boys and girls.
Well, this is why, like, when I was there and everyone was like, oh, a lot of these guys are going to lay down their badges. I'm like, I don't think you understand some of the manipulation tactics some of these people have gone through. They're gonna lash out. We're not going to stand a chance against them, in peaceful protest, because these guys, I mean, they'll turn on you. I mean, we've seen this in wars throughout human history. I mean, when you're given an order, a lot of these guys are just going to do it.
Well, and so I didn't see this personally, but I know the guy that saw it. One of the cops took a step over to our side, and 4 or 5 of the cops grabbed him and fucking put him in handcuffs right there. Right?
No,
he was going to step over and join us, right?
He was telling them, no, stop.
Right? And then his boys fucking put him in cuffs.
Well, and how about how hard the Ottawa itself and the government and the police force tried to keep quiet the amount of guys that were throwing in their badges over this, and they were just like, "Oh, that didn't happen. That's not happening. We know nothing
dude,
about helping out the truckers."
The Ottawa Police Service is a joke. First of all, it takes take you 3 mayors to find someone corrupt enough to do what they did, or not mayors, sorry, police chiefs.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That guy
in that 1 week. You had how many guys on either tossing their badges down or taking leave or whatever? It turns out the Ottawa Police Service has a bad problem with sexual assault charges on their officers. According to that, there was I think he's a U of Ottawa professor, put out an article, and it was like the best thing the truckers did was clean up the Ottawa Police Service. Right? So it's like, that couldn't have been any more Canadian, man. Even when they were literally beating veterans, running people over with horses, shooting reporters, like Alexa Lavoie got smoked with that tear gas can. They're like, we're not using tear gas. It's like, that's how dumb like the bike thing with the horse incident. Like, oh God, do you guys think we don't have eyes? We have eyes. There's live video of all of this. You're like, no, they threw a bike, didn't happen. We're not using tear gas. There's fucking tear gas, like smoke, clouds of tear gas everywhere. Like, no, we're like I say, Alexa got hammered. Oh geez, can't remember his name, but I was when I was in the Sheridan afterwards. I saw a buddy right after he got been shot with a rubber bullet, smoked his cell phone, destroyed his phone. Right, like. And I'm telling you right now, man, rubber bullets at -10 are not that much less lethal. Like,
yeah, it was colder than -10.
Frozen rubber bullets flying 1,200 feet per second is not going to do you any good.
No. Oh my God. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, and they reported 0 police brutality. CBC was reporting that, or whatever. Yeah, 0.
Yeah, great. You guys did a good job. I love how, the special investigations unit decided that Mohawk elder wasn't hurt enough for there to be an investigation about her getting run over by a horse. So, RCMP added again. They're doing their job. They're really good at their jobs.
Yeah, and what we know now after Ottawa, now that we've had over a month now to reflect on everything and to go through the emotions and all the dark, kind of scary stuff, to see that they're so wide open with. Like Trudeau's like he's going for it, like we were talking about yesterday, and but now it's nice that we've had a month to really understand that was like the entrance into this world, this war that we're in now, and this it's going to take us many years to turn the tides, but what happened was, like, I mean, this was all kind of stagnant throughout people for the last however many years, and then the trucker convoy was just the spark to light the flame. And now we went there, knocked on the doors of tyranny, opened them up, seen who was behind them. We exposed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And like Neil said from the vet there with the Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, the biker convoy or the biker rally.
Yeah, he made a great point in his video where he said, Ottawa, they did their protest. They exposed what's going on, united people, that's figured out. This is just to show our freedoms and to show that we're still here and we still know what's going on. We're all just kind of still going around, uniting, hanging out, and talking and building this network.
100%, man. Like that. The two great things from Ottawa were the connections that we all made and the exposure of the tyranny. Period. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at us, man. You're in the foothills of Alberta. I'm sitting here on the Bay of Fundy. Right? How many hours did you sit in the trailer with us? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I met someone from every province territory. I'm sure there was someone from every fucking little town in the country in that city, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that trailer, man. I miss that so much. I miss that.
Dude, so Sammy had we had a little freedom party a couple weekends ago, and he's like, I was like, man, you know, put the oil drip on because you know I'm sleeping in the rocking chair.
Yeah, the old
people are like, really? I'm like, man, I slept in this rocking chair for 3 weeks.
Yeah. I was surprised you were just sleeping there, eh? In the upright position.
Oh, dude. Like, yeah, man, whatever. Fucking million people in and out. It's like, yeah, whatever. Just fucking trying to get some wings here before you get guard duty or whatever at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah, and I didn't meet you guys until like probably about a weekend, I think. And then I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that trailer's where it's at, eh? So I started coming back there all the time.
Man, listen, you got a little oil drip stove and some power. Fuck, man, that was it made the trip for sure.
Yeah. Well, because Sam and the other guys from his town were the gatekeepers at either end of Wellington, weren't they?
Well, yeah, we're all from the same hometown, man. So that's what I'm saying. Elsford, Nova. Yeah. Sam literally lives right across the valley from me.
Sweet.
And I've known, guy in the old black Mac. Known him since I was, knee high to a grasshopper. So Elsford, Nova Scotia had one end of Wellington Street blocked off and the other end.
Yeah. Did any of you guys go together or did you meet there? Like, how did that work out?
Yeah, they all the only ones that you never met my buddy Darcy because I had taken him back, but we came in late. We met up with them in Van Cleek before they made the last 100 clicks into Ottawa that first morning. But they all came up together with the East Coast convoy.
Yeah, that was.
We're all going to be in Halifax April 16th for a big march out there as well. So all the boys, all the truckers that were down from our hometown, and the Vets for Freedom's guys are going to be in Halifax on the 16th.
That's awesome.
Yeah, big freedom march there.
What about the Rolling Thunder? Are you going to Ottawa for that on the 29th?
Oh, buddy. Yes. So like I was saying, the Vets for Freedom. Yeah, are you going to try and make it out or what?
I don't think I will, but I would. You know what? Yeah. If I could fly, if I wasn't a second-class citizen, oh yeah, I'd be there.
Well, maybe I'll have to be the B-roll for Tire Roasters Garage for those few days for you. Get you some footage.
Follow the science.
So So Vets for Freedom has a big fundraiser on the 28th in Burlington, and then we're rolling out to Ottawa for the 29th and 30th for Rolling Thunder.
How far of a drive is it for you?
For me, it's to Toronto, it's 1,400 kilometers for me.
1,400 kilometers. Oh, I found your Vets for Freedom Facebook page here.
Yeah. Like you're saying, if you go to Vets for Freedom, Vetrans4freedom.ca, all the social media stuff and YouTube and all that shit's on there as well.
Yeah, so Dave showed me how to do this. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, do her up, buddy.
I really want to just figure this out because this is a cool feature. So that's funny how much I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude, I would have like that. I didn't. I was like, oh, this guy knows what's going on. You're just over here trying to do burnout videos and ended up in Ottawa for a month, 2 months. Fuck.
Yeah, it's funny because I went from like burnout videos and just like having fun, not taking YouTube seriously. Always doing like B-roll stuff, practicing drone shots and stuff. And then like when the whole convoy came up, everyone's like, man, you got to go and get drone shots. Like there's so much potential there. And I'm like, this is like the closest I'm ever going to get to one of my favorite movies to film it in real life. And that's like Smoking the Bandit and Cannonball Run. So I'm like, this is going to be that for sure.
Yeah, these are all you nailed it. You nailed it.
You know, semi-truck drivers are going to go live in their trucks for 2 weeks or a month or 6 months. They're saying till July possibly. Like, I'm going, man. You know, I'm gonna film
Dude,
this shit.
100. By the time they left BC and they hit Calgary, it was like, yeah, no, we're going for sure. Like, how do you miss out on that?
Yeah, Calgary.
I'll tell
was
you
when I
that three days I was gone was like the longest 3 days of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was like I just got to get back.
So because you went back to deal with your animals or something.
Yeah, well, I had to take my buddy Darcy home. I had to deal with the farm a little bit. I had to do a little bit of work, get some more cash, so I get back up there. But yeah, I was like, I left Tuesday morning at 3 a.m. and was back Friday morning at 4 a.m.
And sorry, how long was the drive? Is it for you again?
1,400 clicks each way.
That's pretty far. Yeah,
dude, I did it straight both times, dude.
You just drove her straight through, eh?
Oh yeah, man, fuck, giddy up, right?
Here we are. I got
Here
this
we
figured
go.
out. Share screen.
Let's see it.
Chrome tab. What the hell just happened?
Boom! No, you got her.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Fancy.
Now, does it show me scrolling?
Oh no. Oh yeah, there you go. Yep. Yeah, so there's the event poster right there for the fundraiser.
It's up here.
Yeah, if you scroll up a little bit, buddy, right there. That's the poster for the fundraiser event. Put on and big shout out to Monique at Independent Journalism on Instagram. She's running point on this, man. That girl is amazing. She is amazing.
Yeah, and all James Top stuff is going through here now, right?
Yeah. So the boys are hooked up with Top, right? I hooked you up with Top with Christian there. Those guys are amazing. So we're like you say, we're on board with Top 100%, man. 100%. Like
that, dude. The reason I got to actually go out, so everyone knows, the reason I actually got to meet James and all them is because Jake actually hooked me up through a friend and another guy, and then next thing you know, I got a hold of Christian, and then Christian got me out there with them filming and marching with them. So yeah, thanks, man. That was so
buddy,
cool,
man. Like my pleasure. And if anybody out there is listening and want to get hooked up with Top, we look me up, Jake.Spinney on Instagram. You know, he's looking to talk to people, and we all want to get his story out there, man, because it's truly amazing what he's doing.
Yeah, and if you want to join up with James Top and the crew to march with them, they encourage it, but you have to be safe about it. You can't. We seen when I was out there, I seen a lot of people that would just fly up and pull over, like right there. It's like, go to the next approach, go where it's safe to pull over, and especially if you're going to leave your car there and join up with them. And if you want to find them, it's actually what is it? CanadaMarches.ca.
Yeah, he's got the GPS tracker, right?
Yeah. So joining up with him and going marching with him, if that's what you want to do, or you want to reach out to him through Jake here, Jake can get you. Maybe if you want to send James something or find out something, yeah, we're definitely
please, but like you nailed it, Tanner. Guys, please be safe out there, right? That's obviously everybody. We can't have anything bad happening here. No one obviously wants that, and everybody's got to be safe. So just hook up with Christian, get on the CanadaMarches.com or .ca, I think, website as well. Just get a hold of somebody and make sure you're out there and being safe for sure.
Now I have another one. I'll show you Canada Marches here. Wait, I'm just showing a double. There we are. There's the Canada Marches page.
Yeah. What a guy.
Up here on the top left is your GPS live tracker.
Oh, nice. I actually haven't checked this out. This is pretty neat.
I believe they're in Medicine Hat right now.
I think that's what I saw today, that he was coming into Medicine Hat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Unreal. What a guy.
Hard to believe. Like, really, like it's, oh my God, it was so cool. So cool being out there with him.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm super pumped you got out there, man. That's awesome. Everybody's in the Vets for Freedom group chats waiting for your footage. Pretty pumped.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I finally got the Veterans for Freedom page itself on the internet here on Google.
Okay.
Share screen. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this now.
Oh, buddy, you're a champ. Yeah, there it is. So that's the application process if anybody wants to sign up.
And so when you sign up, then you can do things like donate and.
No. So if you sign up, get you involved with us. So you'll punch in the information there. The boys will email you make sure your phone number is correct, and then they'll call and ask you a few questions just to go through a vetting process. And there, if you scroll down, Tanner, there is a spot there to donate, and anybody can donate at any time. This is our steering committee here. Those guys. These are the 5 guys that kind of started it up for us.
And yeah, this is anyone to join would be obviously a vet.
Yes, yeah, we are. Once we get up and going, we're gonna do like foreign vets as well. Like, you know, like say you're a Marine, you're living in Canada, you want to get with the Vets for Freedom, we're going to be good with that. And we're also going to have what's called a Patriot memberships. So guys like yourself, Tanner, if you want to get involved, do what you can sign up, be just a little slightly different membership or whatever, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You guys are on every social platform, and
Yes.
Here's your donate e-transfer email.
Yeah, and so the monies and all that are we're using it to get vets out to these freedom events, right? Like, you know, it cost me a little bit of coin to get to Ottawa, being out here, and just to put vets up, food, lodging, accommodations, all that good jazz, right? And obviously, we're going to be supporting Top with whatever we can as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what's your plan with James when he gets to Ontario or close to Ottawa?
Well, so we have a few vets already that are planning to meet him along the way. Like, I personally want to do the last week or so with him myself, but there's going to be a big crowd when he gets to Ottawa for sure. Big crowd. And I suggest anybody out there book your hotel for Ottawa whenever James is going to be there, because it's going to be a good show for sure.
Yeah, and I think you and I have a similar idea as to maybe marching with him the final week.
Yes, man. I mean, like, I'm not going to be able to live with myself if I don't. I'll tell you that right now. Right? No way.
Yeah,
That's history in the making, right?
Yeah, and imagine walking in there. Like, I just imagine being him, and the day he actually walks up to the tomb of the unknown soldier. Like, what the frig would that feel like? You know, like what would that feel like?
I know how I'm gonna feel going back to the tomb on the 29th after our little experience. I can't wait to stand underneath that tomb again myself. So I honestly can't imagine how he's gonna feel, but I can't wait to experience it with him for sure. For sure.
And if they try to desecrate that monument again, you guys will obviously take the fence down.
Oh, buddy, I'll bring a tool bag with me. Don't think I won't, man.
That was desecration. If you're not going to let vets pay their tribute, that is insane.
What?
That is literally that is literally the definition of what they're saying that we apparently did.
And I think I say this in probably every interview I do, man. Like, there's not anybody in this country doesn't have an ancestor that didn't pay the price, right? Like, everybody in this country should be able to go pay their respects in that tomb. Period. Like, you know, they put our freedom monument in a prison. Like, that's what they did.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, like you said, was optics or like symbolic in some ways.
Dude, if they actually gave a shit about the war memorial, there'd be an honor guard on that at all times, and there'd be no issues. But there isn't.
No, and I think that's why the police. Obviously, I mean, the police didn't want to start anything, but they were definitely like, yeah, like, you know, if you guys are going to watch after it, then, and like you said, you were surprised nobody else was ever watching after it. Nobody else was ever dealing with the ice.
If you remember when Corporal Nathan Cirillo got murdered at the tomb, right? In that terrorist attack, he's by the guy that walked in the parliament and ended up getting shot. Apparently they have it some in the summertime. It's not in the wintertime. They clean it up, right? Like the amount of Ottawa residents that came up to me and told me how they'd never seen the team, they hadn't seen the tomb this clean, like that blew my mind, man. Like, I was pretty kind of disgusted by it, to be honest. Like, what do you mean? Like, like, you know, listen, man, the Afghan memorial, the boys couldn't even, like, you had to be double jabbed to go see the Afghan memorial. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't get to tell the boys and girls they can't go see their like the war. Like, I just don't understand how you think you can say you can't go see the war memorials.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are? It's just,
well, it is. It's all part of this whole, like, I mean, even with like the end of the protest, Trudeau doing what he did, invoking the
Ugh.
Emergencies Act, putting those bastards against us, like that's all meant to say, hey, don't do this again. We're going to lower your morale. And
Oh, it's for the chilling effect, 100%. So this is like, so after 9/11 and they put in the Patriot Act, I think it was I'm going to be a little bit off on my numbers, so no one quote me too hard. But it was like the American government seized like 185 like actual terrorist bank accounts. Well, the Canadian government, sir, it was over 200, and half of them were soccer moms in Alberta that donated $20. So, because of bouncy castles and hot tubs, that more bank accounts got seized in Canada than terrorists after 9/11.
Crazy. And
What's
this is through
that?
the
What like is that ever like that? I don't know, man. That doesn't make me feel good. Like that doesn't make me feel good at all.
And
Not
this
even
this
kinda.
Patriot Act, was this not the beginning of them taking power to try to control media in the United States? Didn't they start that
Well,
right around that?
yeah, that was the NSA got really heavily empowered. But if you want to go back to the media being manipulated by the government, look up Operation Paperclip, or sorry, excuse me, Operation Mockingbird. The CIA has had agents working in most major mainstream media outlets for years and years and years, and this is all like not redacted, but oh shoot, what do you say? So it's all Pentagon papers that have been released after X amount of years or whatever, right? So it's like this isn't a conspiracy. It is, well, it was a conspiracy, but it's
They're
not a
not a
theory.
theory.
Like these things happen.
Yeah.
That's what they do, right? Like why wouldn't you? And it's nuts. Like look, like I thought the CBC was biased, man. And then after living through Ottawa, it was just like I would walk back to the trailer some days and like start like check social media, and it's like, well, okay, that didn't happen, that didn't happen, that didn't happen, right?
It
Like,
was enraging. It was enraging watching and living through it for us, which a lot of people I don't think understand. For us to go there, like before, like you said, had this opinion, they were biased, whatever. Maybe they're bought out. I mean, the paperwork's there to show it, but you follow the paper trail. But when you go there and you live through it and you watch the first weekend, what it was, Trudeau's speech the following Monday, then all the CBC reports of the Terry Fox, the War Memorial, and all their
all of
bullshit,
it.
and the homeless people thing, all the things they didn't represent properly, all the things they twisted, they lied about. It was like, holy fuck, we're living in a propaganda spinning country. We're living in a fucking attempted communist takeover, it seems.
But
Like
you're not going to hear me argue with you, brother. Like it was just lies. It was just lies. Like catching them filming down the one street that has no people when behind them is 10,000 people. Like, oh yeah, the protests are dying down. Like, come on, man. Like, and I don't know, man. I hope they don't sleep very good at night. I feel like they probably do, because I feel like they probably think that they're doing the right thing. But
well, what do you think Trudeau thinks every morning when he looks in the mirror? He thinks those peasant blue collar workers don't understand my vision for a greater country.
I hope
they knew I want to be like China.
I hope that every one of them MPs is just worried about James Top getting to Ottawa. I hope you check CanadaMarches.ca every day and see where he's at, because the man's coming. He's coming. We're all going to be there when he gets there. You're going to have to start answering questions sooner than later.
Yeah, Topinator's on his way, you prick.
The Topinator. He is actually a cyborg. He'd be the only cyborg that I would accept.
Yeah, he's a fucking machine for sure.
Oh, buddy, yeah, man.
Unreal.
I'm just gonna walk across the Rocky Mountains and then across the prairies and then into Ontario. Like, come on, man. Like I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for walking for a week. Like this guy's already been doing it for 6. Like,
well, it's actually crazy how fast.
What's that? Okay, 1 second, Tanner. Can you get him up?
What do we got going on here?
Sorry, I got a pig escape Eve. It's all good.
It's good. The pig's good.
Oh yeah, man. I got my big boar just fucking pushes his way out of the fence sometimes, but he just literally hangs out in my yard. It's hilarious.
How many animals do you got?
Oh, I don't know, 20 pigs and half dozen sheep, bunch of chickens, bunch of rabbits, all sorts of shit.
You're like New Asgard Thor.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
They move up to, where do they go again? They go up to Iceland or something, and they have this community and all these sheeps and shit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Thor with the big beard and shit, fucking right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All fat. I'm not quite that fat, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, well, it's all that, all them darts and beers, eh? We were doing.
Oh man, not too many beers, lots of darts.
I was
left-handed cigarettes, if you will.
Yeah, I was tying into the beers pretty aggressively in Ottawa.
Hard not
Too much fun, man. Literally every street corner was like a party. Like, it was insane, you know?
Yeah.
And during the week too. Like, it wasn't just on weekends. It was like every night you wanted to go
and
out.
I mean, and it wasn't no, it wasn't some raging stupid party. Like, just people literally having 2 years of fun again.
Yeah, just dancing. Right? Like, everyone danced like psychedelic music. It was so funny.
Yeah, like down at Sussex and Rideau, down at the rave, right?
Yeah.
Those guys were nuts. But I had like 7 Jennies running his sound system.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've never seen, like, I do a lot of the hippie bush rave duff thing over in BC, and we'll go like 50K down the logging road and have a bunch of generators and like big PK speakers, and we'll all party and, the late hours of the night. And when I went out to Ottawa, it's the first time I've ever realized that a lot of people actually have that by nature, kind of this hippie-ish or what would you call that? Like this unity they have deep down. And then when you're doing when you go to the streets of Ottawa and all these people are like building little fortresses or they're building places to shit, and it's like, oh yeah. And people were saying on Twitter before we got there, they're like, hey, you guys come here, like liberals on Twitter, extreme liberals on Twitter, were saying, hey, have fun with your little convoy, guys. Enjoy the weekend here. Remember, everything's closed. There's nowhere to eat and there's nowhere to poo. Seriously, have fun here. And then when you leave after the weekend, everything will be all fun. And that's when I put the phone down and I started losing it laughing. I'm like,
my God, they're so stupid. It's hilarious.
Have no idea what's coming their way. You think we can't build shitters and bring our own food and cook food outdoors?
Do you think the people that touch everything that you touch, build everything that you use, like repair everything that you use, like, yeah, no, we need you to look after us. I think our whole point is we don't need you to look after us.
Yeah, and that's how delusional these people are. They're just literally like, oh, where are they going to poo? It's like, dude,
yes,
you're bringing in like the most blue collar fucking people to build everything, like you said, and they're gonna figure it out, and they did. Remember, we had like a kitchen on every fucking street. There was a kitchen.
Every single one, man.
Yeah,
every single one. There was a little, like, you couldn't go a block without eating something. Like, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, it was unreal.
Yeah, I was always fed. I don't know. I didn't eat much down there because I'd always get hungry by the end of the night when I was finishing up a live stream and going back up. And everyone would usually stop cooking around like 8 or something.
Oh, yeah. You wrote too late.
Well, yeah, Sandy and them down at, where were they on again? Bank Street, I think. Sandy had that. Yeah, they had the burger shack there, and I'd go down there once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I went down all the way down Rideau or whatever, Wellington to Rideau, to the Three Brothers Shawarma.
Oh, that's where. Yeah, dude. That's every time I was down that way, I was grabbing. Man, those guys.
Oh yeah, man, I love those three. Like, if you guys are watching, you're awesome. They were amazing.
Yeah, because I walked in there the first day because they were one of like the 4 or 5 restaurants that opened their doors for us. And I go in there, I says, and the cops are all outside, like blocking the street off.
Yeah, right on the corner there.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are just openly not giving a fuck, eh? Like, we don't give a fuck. We're done with this. So I'm like, yeah, shawarma, baby.
Oh man, and they're all. I'm telling you, that's the first place I'm going when I get back to Ottawa. Is Three Brothers Shawarma, corner of Rodeo and whatever the hell that was.
When I went back before I left, I went back for something with my buddy Dave, and we go in there, and I'm like, you know what? We're stopping at Three Brothers here. I need some more of that shawarma before I go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No fucking doubt. That's too funny.
Did you ever see Rideau Shopping Center on the first Saturday? Did you ever witness the interior of that building?
No, I never went into it. No.
Man, you seen how packed obviously it was in Ottawa, like you shoulder to shoulder. So, when you went, and I'm like, I'm gonna go. There's only one beer vendor around here, so it's at the bottom of the 3rd floor down underground in the shopping center. So I go down there, and when I walk in, The place was shoulder to shoulder, 3 levels tall. Every single escalator, the escalators went on the center of this big round area with 3 floors, and every escalator was turned off. And there's just people packed on the escalators, all smoking cigarettes, drinking beers, and flying flags and shit. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is crazy. But
It
that,
was
I
nuts.
think, the epitome of people being locked down for 2 years and being like, you know what? Like this. They're like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We're doing what we want for a day. And they did that, you know, and sure, disrespectful, but, you know, I mean, what do you think's going to happen when you suppress a country for a couple years and tell them to stay
Well,
indoors, you know?
like, and guess what? Citizens of Ottawa, nation's capital. It's the nation's capital. So sorry.
Mhm. Well, and here was a thing which it was kind of ironic when you heard the owners, the millionaire, billionaire owners of the Rideau Shopping Center. Oh, we're losing this much money per day. We got to end this. I'm like, well, how do you think the people feel whose lives you fucking completely destroyed through this whole thing with the draconian style lockdown measures that you supported? You know, a lot of
That's
people
what
couldn't
gets
make it
me,
out of that.
man. When the people ask you what freedoms have you lost, read the charter, man. Read the charter rights. I don't know what to tell you. And like,
that's what you say.
Yes, Section 1, but Section 1 has not been demonstrably justified in the slightest little bit. That's why, you know, the last living signature, Brian Peckford, is suing the government over it. Like, the man, you can't argue intent with that man either. Like, he was there. He signed it. You're breaking it, period. Like, and I don't know why. Like, and honestly, when the government's lawyers tell me that the government isn't doing anything wrong, I don't believe you. Like,
yeah. Don't believe your political science and all that bullshit. Yeah.
Okay. It's like, and I like, yeah. And here's another thing, folks. Scientists and doctors are regular people. They're regular people. They're prone to mistakes and corruption just as much as the rest of us.
Yeah. And Brian Peckford, did you see that Viva had him on today as a live stream? Like,
I haven't watched it, but I've seen that he had him on. Yeah.
Oh, as if he got him on there. That's hilarious. That's great.
Oh, Viva, man. Viva was probably the first interview I did in Ottawa, actually. Mm-hmm. At the tomb.
Yeah. When he was walking around live streaming every day.
Yeah. So I got on to him and Burns probably in the fall. And then I seen that he was down there and I was like, fuck, I hope I run into him. And then boom, like that day he showed up at the War Memorial, right? So that was my
well, it's extremely important, especially with the like a huge channel like his that has over 500,000 subs. It's if you start looking at all of the independent journalists or whatever you want to call them, these people who are just having conversations, which we're supposed to be doing. If you look at the numbers they're showing, I mean, even some of these individual numbers, but combine the channel numbers and they dominate the media, the mainstream media. They dominate.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, totally. Totally. What do you like? I can't like how many like I know guys like there was people that did nothing but watch live streams all day for fucking 3 weeks. And I'm not even like that's not a chirp because I would have done the same goddamn thing. Period. Like I said, like when I wasn't that 3 days I was gone, man, was stressful. It was stressful.
Yeah, well, I took off for a few days there to go deal with that motorhome thing because I was
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like, something's ramping up. I'm like, I'm going to go to this motorhome. I'm going to bring it here and take up real estate. That was the whole plan. And I'm going to live in it. Then I don't have to pay for these crazy hotel rooms anymore. And then I was just going to get it. Then it died on the way out of town. And then I took it to a shop and we're working on it in the morning. And then I'm like, I kept watching. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's still heating up. I'm like, I got to go. I left the motorhome. Yeah. I'm like, I got to get back, man. I can't screw around here. This is insane.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, people are getting run over with horses and getting shot and guns thrown in their faces and stuff. Oh, no one drew a gun on anybody, according to Global News. Right on, Global. Thanks for your contribution to society.
I personally can bring you 6 witnesses off the top of my head that had guns pointed in their faces.
Yeah, they smashed out your window, put the gun on you.
That Dave from Live from the Shed said that the other day when I was on, right? Like, there's one example. Like, there's like that's what kills me, man. It's like there's just countless hours of actual footage and you still just lie blatantly about it.
Yeah, like, how are they that incentivized? Like, what are they actually getting paid? Like, how are you that incentivized to spread that much bullshit? And like, it's not like
Dude,
it's not like in the beginning where we didn't know and we were like, they're getting paid, but maybe we're overlooking something. But now it's like, no, they're fucking lying. They got their heels dug in and they're getting paid something significant, or someone's getting threatened, because they're insane.
I think they believe in their, I think they're ideologues, right? And I think that they believe that the ends justify the means, right? I think that's how they wrap their heads around it.
Buggers.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to take down my video for talking about the overlords and such unhealthy ways.
Oh yeah, you're probably gonna take it down for just having my mug on here. I'm sure I'm on the domestic terrorist list somewhere.
How many Facebook accounts have you had?
3.
I can't believe I haven't had one strike on anything. And you know,
oh
like,
man, I don't like Bill Gates though, right? They do not like it when you hammer on Bill Gates.
Hey, don't talk about dad like that. Talk about my papa.
Yeah. Why, Mr. Gates, do you donate $360 million to media organizations just in America every year? Why are you kicked out of India? Why are you kicked out of Central Africa? Who was your father? Who was your father's father?
Two questions I have for Bill Gates. Why are you trying to turn poo into water? And why do you want to control the temperature of our planet without actually having a real conversation about it first?
Oh, dude, like the carbon stuff is such a joke. Such a joke. Like, and I'm not saying be it a polluter, this or that, but like the fact that Canada has any inflation is nuts. We have all the fucking energy we need. We have all the food we need. We have all the fresh water everybody needs. Like, our country should be not in debt. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, and right now, I mean, as you see what's going on in the Ukraine, and what Russia's doing with their oil exports, it's crazy to think that during times of war, we can't just pause things and show strength and, you know, actually produce for ourselves and help ourselves out and, you know, help other countries out. But instead, we're going to be like, no, we got to go electric cars by 2030. It's like, just stop. Leave us alone.
So everybody's put all these sanctions on Russia. Who's paying that price? We are. The people in Russia are paying the same for gas and the same for food, and they have a gold-backed currency now. They're doing a lot better than we are. Period. Like,
it's almost like they
I'm sorry, man. Like, when you have a country that has blatant Nazi affiliated battalions and regiments, why are we sending them money? Why are we sending them fucking weapons?
Yeah, and you got remember that one of Christina Freeland? How quickly that got silenced when she was standing with that pro Nazi Ukraine banner at the Toronto rally.
Yeah, man, and everybody just looking at Christopher Freeland's grandfather, and that'll tell you everything you need to know.
Dude, she is literally, every time I see these people talk, people like her, I'm like, these aren't like normal regular people. Like they're almost like creatures, or like
what's with the twitching? What's with the twitching?
Yeah, I don't know. They're weird.
Her and this last police chief in Ottawa, man, and Zelensky. Zelensky is on drugs. Period. Like,
yeah. Well, Kate, when I seen what they're trying to do with Peter Slowly, and everyone's like, get him out. That guy's all of our people were like, that guy's an idiot. Get him out and this and that. And I'm like, sure, whatever. He's said some crazy thing. He's been lying. Okay. But I'm like, I can only imagine the guy to stand up with the amount of pressure to take his spot. How fucked that guy's going to be. And sure enough, we got old fucking Mr. Clean, twitchy Mr. Clean, eh? Clean your countertops. Fuck.
Dude, what is wrong with that guy? What is wrong with that guy?
I watched it 1,000 times trying to figure it out.
I think he's stressed out.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's getting to him. It's hurting his nervous system.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think all the lies and bullshit have gotten to him.
But yeah, what do you know about Christina Freeland's grandfather? He was a Nazi, wasn't he?
Nazi propagandist. Yep.
Like media?
Like, yep. He was a Nazi propagandist, man. Like, period. Full stop. She can change her name all she wants, but.
You know what's funny? Like, speaking of Nazi-related stuff, so you know obviously who Bill Maher is.
Yes.
Classic liberal.
That's a classic liberal.
That is, yeah. And Bill Maher was like, dude, like, and he was like all against anyone talking about the COVID stuff before. I shouldn't even say that on here. I'm probably gonna get demonetized or something. But he said in his own words, he said, now Trudeau, after he said, do we tolerate them? They're often racist, misogynistic. The anti-vax people are, do we tolerate them? And he says, you're sounding an awful lot like Hitler, is what he said in one of his segments. He was talking about that. And, there's some people there that were kind of like, oh, not really. It's like, yeah, dude, he is. He's trying to segregate people. And it just so happens that Hitler loved theater and Hitler loved to have a powerful act to captivate the people. While Trudeau just so happens to be a drama teacher who pauses every word he says to try to make himself sound more dramatic and powerful. So it's like that guy's playing theater too.
Man,
so
and like, look at Zelensky. Look at Zelensky. Actor, comedian. God, we're living in clown world.
Wasn't he a president, whatever movie he was in or whatever?
Dude, his last job, and you can't, like, you couldn't make this up if you wanted to. His last job was literally a TV show about how he accidentally becomes the president of the Ukraine.
It's like they're fucking with us.
Like, dude, they are fucking with us.
They are, yeah. Someone tried to tell me a couple years ago. I thought the guy was crazy. He's like, man, it's all like Hollywood, theater. They're all just fucking with us. I'm like, I don't know, man. But now.
Oh, man. So my good buddy Dwayne, for years, he's like, you got to watch this. You got to watch this. So I'm like, no, man, no. And he's like, what, you think I'm lying? I'm like, actually, Dwayne, I think you're probably exactly right. And if I go down the rabbit hole, there's no coming back. So I just like, no. But then about a year and a half ago, it was like, all right, man, well, here we go in the rabbit hole. Like,
yeah, and they're endless, man. They just like, it's because like the thing is, people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand how deep rooted things can become. And like, even if we want to keep on the Hitler subject and think about what he did in a short period of 7-8 years.
Yeah, man. And these don't think communism or tyranny happens like that, right? It's a slow thing,
Who do we have over here? All the women I remember talking to from Poland and stuff. They talk
the Polish women.
Yeah, we can smell communism.
I swear, man. I swear. I swear I hugged every Polish lady in Canada that was 65 or older. I'm sure of it. Sure of it.
They were everywhere, man. And they all said the same thing, which blew my mind. They all said, we're here because we can smell communism. I'm like, I heard it like 5 times. And other people heard it and they told me.
Me too, man. I heard that, like, the Polish, the Serbs, they all said it smells like, they all said it, and it blew my mind. Like, the day I figured it out that I had all been saying it, I was like, oh man, like, this is actually worse than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, yeah, it's happening. They're going for it.
Totally.
They're not really trying to hide it anymore. It's pretty insane.
No, they're being pretty blatant.
You know what the crazy thing is, though? Through this whole thing, I've had people that haven't talked to me in years because of my aggressive stance on mandates and stuff. And they haven't talked to me in years. And I knew that because I'd seen what they had posted online. And they want nothing to do with me. And I understood why they quit engaging with me or ever talking to me. So through this whole thing, though, most of these people who I kind of almost had on a blacklist, people who I thought didn't like me, actually reached out to me and said, yeah, you are, what you're doing is really cool. I watch your videos. And just want to say I stand with you. And I had this happen about 5 or 6 times. And I was like, from people that I never would have expected. And I'm like,
thought they were long gone.
Yeah, I thought they were long gone. But I think what happened was what we were almost talking through the whole thing would happen. Like, it would get to a point where they would realize the insanity of it. But okay, yeah, get your shot, do your thing, do your part. But remember, if this isn't gone in a decent amount of time, if it isn't talked about and they keep pushing, there's something more going on. Then we got into the whole destroying people's livelihoods, taking their jobs away. We didn't give a shit about any other statistic, mental health wise. And people are seeing that. And you can't, like, that's why it's like these people who were like, are they dumb? We're like, they can't be dumb because these are smart people I know. So it's like, they're not dumb. They just don't want to go down the rabbit hole, which is a tough commitment. It is to be able to.
It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
It is. It really is, Jake. It really is a full-time job.
Dude, so I put my headphones on every day and I'm listening to things all day long. Whatever topic it was, and I was doing this long before COVID. But like, most people can't do that, right? If you're working a regular job, like, you're not consuming the amount of information that I do in a day. And not that I'm some fucking whatever. I have the opportunity because of the lifestyle I have, right?
Everything's
and
time.
It's like, yeah, man.
Yeah. No, it's Yeah, it's time. Like it is like with anything. Like, you know, I have people that come up to me all the time. They're like, "Oh man, I wish I could know as much about you as cars and like you know how to rebuild transmissions and all this." I'm like, it's not like it's not a special thing. It's just time commitment and
You got to do
interest.
it.
And yeah, and this here for me has become like for like mostly the last 2 years. I've always since I was 12 years old, I always acknowledged how the media reported on negative things. And I told my own parents, I'm like, stop watching that. I'm like
Yeah.
and they kind of did in the mornings like anybody, you know, but you know, I said all it is like there's an earthquake in Haiti. These people are dying here, and there's this and there's that, and this person died over here, and we got to take guns away from people and all this crazy shit. And I'm like, I could tell from 12 years old that was all just bullshit. But it wasn't until the last 2 years where I've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, but I didn't know how to take action. I didn't, you know, it was because it's easier to not take action than it is to wake up and take action. So I did talked about it. And then me and my friends would find ourselves being like, it's too depressing. Let's not talk about it. We're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Then when the convoy popped up, guess what? We had a fucking platform to actually go out and commit a lot of our time and our resources to doing something like this to help wake people up. And I mean, all of us took a hit. I mean, not as much as the truckers. And that's another subject I want to touch on, but like, yeah, let's touch on that. The idea that the Ottawa residents were talking about how, oh, I can't sleep. I can't this. It's like, fair enough. How about the guys in the trucks who have on minimum put on probably, I'm guessing anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 in lost revenue, not having a truck or two trucks operating at their owner operated business. And the fact these guys are sitting beside each other in the cabs, not an apartment a kilometer away, but in the cabs beside each other. And the ones who do want to sleep, just kidding, motherfucker. You got Rev and Kevin beside you laying on the horns all night, and he ain't going away. So none of these people.
He's not. You know, he's not.
No, so it's like they had it worse. And you watch the mental decline of a lot of these truckers. Because the first week they're like, they're going like this. They're like, yeah. The last week, some of them were still going, but some of them were just like this. Eh? They're just like,
dude, like,
you know, oh. What about them? Why are they there?
That was a mentally tough thing, especially the way that especially the way it ended with no real like we didn't, none of us got to say goodbye or, you know, like anything like that. Like the way it ended definitely didn't help anybody's mental state either, for sure. So like, I'm glad to see that you guys got up to all these reunions and shit like that. Like I'm pumped to get back. I'll tell you that, and see some of the guys for sure.
Yeah, I was sad to see you and Sam as well. I didn't get to say bye to Sam either, or you. And yeah, just kind of
sounds like you need to make an East Coast adventure in the Sun Cruiser, bud. Sun Clipper, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Come on down. Sammy's got a beautiful farm, buddy. We'll have a big burn party.
Well, the time I come, if I were to come over there in the summer, he's probably going to be back out his way in BC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he might be a BC. That's true. Well, you can still come out. We'll show you a good time.
Yeah, I want to come out there because I've been planning on it for years, but I've gone as far as like Quebec City a few times. I spend a lot of time in Ontario, but now it's like every time I went to do the drive, I'm like, I'm going to go and see that place because I know that's one of the coolest places in Canada.
It's pretty beautiful, man. I'm very biased, but it's pretty beautiful.
Well, the falls there are unreal, aren't they?
Oh, buddy. Yeah, it is. Summer too, though, man. It's a million shades of green.
Oh, yeah. It's all different greens, eh?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's sweet. I want to creep you on the maps here.
Creep it up. Ellsford, Nova Scotia. AYLESFORD.
Sorry, it was AL.
AY.
Oh, AY.
LESFORD.
Nova Scotia.
You got her, buddy boy.
Look at that. I can share that right here. Oh, there we go. Look at how good I'm getting at this thing. You betcha.
Oh, buddy. It's almost like you're professional.
You betcha. Look at that. You're way over yonder.
Oh, buddy boy. So I live about 10 minutes from the Bay of Fundy. Highest tides in the world.
You ever go over St. John's? That's where Terry Fox started, wasn't it?
No, yeah, in Newfoundland, you mean?
Yeah.
Over there. I've actually never been to Newfoundland, which is silly. Boy, how about you come down this fall and we'll head to Newfoundland too? How about that?
Yes, that is cool.
I'll go to Newfoundland with you. I've never been there. We'll take the Sun Clipper. It'll be a good time.
Bring a pig with us or something, or a boar.
Hell yeah.
Hey, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what my plans are for the summer. I wanted to go to the Highland Games there.
Nice.
In that little town called Alexandria. I want to check that out.
I used to compete in the Highland Games myself, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Still got the kilt around here somewhere, I'm sure. What's that?
Oh, sweet, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go check it out. I want to see. I've never been to one before.
Oh, dude, it's yeah. Watch out, because there's shit getting thrown all over the place.
Yeah. So, what are your plans going forward now with this whole thing?
Well, we're full on board with the Vets for Freedom stuff. So any of the rallies, if anybody wants any help with the vets at any of the freedom rallies, hit up the www.vetrans4freedom.ca. We got a rally in Halifax here on the 16th. I've got another rally on the 23rd in Kempville, Nova Scotia, and then the 28th we're in Burlington for the fundraiser. 29th, 30th is in Ottawa. So I got a busy April already.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see you. Most likely, I mean, not most likely, I will see you in the end of June around Canada Day.
Hell yeah, buddy.
So
I won't miss out for the world.
Well, I'm hoping I can fly by then. If not, I'm gonna have to drive. But oh man, that's a big old drive.
You can't miss that, buddy. You can't miss that.
No, I can't.
No, come on, man. That's gonna be wicked.
I'm going.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I want to go and get a video. Realistically, I want to get a video of Top marching around the Thunder Bay Terry Fox Memorial. Have you ever seen that one?
No, I haven't. That one's probably pretty good, is it?
Well, where it is the Trans-Canada runs 2 lanes around it, and it's on the top of like a big rock cliff.
Oh, no way.
Above Lake Superior. Yeah, just above Thunder Bay. So when you're standing at the Terry Fox Memorial, you look out across the vastness of Lake Superior.
Oh, yeah,
from
the
perch of this mountaintop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Thunder Bay and everything in the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. And oh my God. So when he's marching past that, a drone shot way out and back of him marching underneath.
That sounds like a good place for me to meet up with him, actually, now that you say that.
But that's 1,400 kilometers out, unfortunately. So it's
unfortunately.
Yeah, well, because I want to do the last week, like maybe 500K, but like 1,400K is a commitment.
Boy, you know? But I can't wait. I cannot wait for him to get to Ottawa. That's going to be one hell of a scene, man, for sure.
Yeah. Well, what do you say we end this old girl here?
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. Peace out.
Right, Jake,
thanks for having me.
Jake from Vets for Freedom. Remember to check all that out and donate if you can. And thanks for coming on, Jake. I really, I'm honored to call you my friend. I'm so glad we met in Ottawa, and I can't wait to see you again.
I think the same, brother. I'm really glad I met you guys, especially you. You were, you were killing it. You were killing it, man. All the guys out there, you know, all you guys want, like Zot and his whatever girlfriend or sister, whatever. So him, you, and Austin, I ran into all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I must have asked Zot his channel like every time that I saw him, and I couldn't remember, didn't get it, whatever. And then when Viva sent me the thumbnail link of the interview I did with him and Zot was on it, I was like, this is the guy, right? It was awesome. Okay, but anyway, Tanner, love you, buddy. If you need anything from me, let me know.
Thanks, Jake, and thanks for your service.
Appreciate you, brother. Peace.
You too, man. Have a good day. I don't know how to get off this thing, though. Oh, there we are. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to go make some dinner. I'm going to go outside, maybe work on a car or two. Yeah, I got a lot of things going on right now. I got home and I'm like, oh, man. You know, every time I do one of these excursions, I'm like, geez, I come home and I'm like, there's shingles blowing off the roof. The gutters are hanging. You know, it's just like there's a lot of maintenance here. And yeah, I got the cars out there. I got to do an oil pump on one, and a few other things. So might be bringing you some car content. But tomorrow we have a live stream with Live from the Shed, Dave from Live from the Shed at 12:30 Mountain Time. Alberta time, I think it's Mountain Time. So 12:30 tomorrow, Dave from Live from the Shed is going to be on. He's going to tell his story from Ottawa and how, Dave's the guy that had that, what's his name? Had the truck. I can't remember the feller's name. I know his name. He had the truck, and then Dave had the shed, or they had the shed in the back, and Dave had his live cam on top or something like that. It was 360 cam. It was really cool. So he's going to come on. And as I do these joint live stream interview type things, conversations, I'm going to get better at them. I really I came into this unscripted. Usually when I do an interview, I have a script that I'll practice or something. But with this one, I just figured I'd fire it up, go for it, and just have a conversation. There's some things I'm realizing as I went through it that I was missing and I have missed, but this is the first joint live stream I've ever done, so that was a lot of fun having Jake on. Jake's so much fun. I miss hanging out in Ottawa with him, man. So cool. But yeah, Dave's a great guy. Dave's great too. We're gonna have Dave on. Then Saturday at 1:30 p.m. we're going to the Calgary rally for the third week in a row since I've been home. We're gonna go see what's going on there. The emergency injunction is still in place, so be interesting to actually be around. Last weekend I didn't get to stay around for the whole thing because I marched with James Top for 2 days. There was a plan to get an interview, but my style of doing interviews is like, I want to get to know a person first. I don't just want to drop in and be like, and if I want to be good at this, I'm going to have to get used to that. But I do like getting to know somebody before I put a camera in their face. So I want to spend 2 days marching with them. Then I got home and it was like, we never got the interview done because I was having so much fun just marching and hanging out and doing photography and a lot of drone shots and B-roll shots that I put off the interview. And we actually got the interview, we got done towards the end, but it was after the Freedom Rally. Then it started raining. And it wasn't really after the Freedom Rally. It was right in the middle of it because he wanted to get going. So he did his speech, got going, did his interview. Then I'm like, I'm not going back to the rally. And I missed my point of this big, long rant is that I missed the arrest that happened or something, or some of the other stuff that went on, because after they all meet at City Hall, it kind of spreads out and it goes, some people go other places from what I understand. They hang on other parks. They have their own ideas or whatever. So I'm going to be intent this weekend to chase said other clusters of people around the city. So that's my goal. Every time I get out on a Saturday, the last two have been like just so much fun, especially last Saturday. I really enjoyed last Saturday, but this Saturday is my day. This Saturday is the day that I'm going to go around and really enjoy it. So really get in there and talk to people and hang out and maybe rock some beers. And then Sunday is the James Top exclusive Sun Clipper interview. And I just finished color grading the footage today. And I just finished revamping the audio within that video to try to get the best audio I could. It's better than any audio I've produced before for the most part, but it's definitely not the best. But yeah, so that's Sunday. And then Monday, I'm trying to line up a live stream with someone else. I got like 5 people in mind. I haven't reached out to them yet. I've just scheduled myself for the next 4 days. Now, keep in mind, I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. I finally got the process underway. They finally allowed me to actually apply now. So I'm going to find out pretty soon, within the next month, if I'm going to get ad revenue or not. And the end of the day, if I don't get ad revenue, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to find sponsorship deals. I'm going to launch a merch line pretty soon. This week has just been working on like a lot of YouTube education through analytics. All week I've been going, man. All week I've been learning about all the analytics and how to just basically create a more engaging channel. A lot of things I've been going through, and editing videos, doing this top thing. So I've been going, trying to figure this out, and I'm not making a dime, and not playing the woe is me card here, but it's definitely a lot right now because my business is suffering at the moment as I'm trying to get YouTube off the ground and tell the truth and tell the story, because I am very interested in journalism. I am very interested in maybe not even journalism, maybe just talking to people, just having conversations like I've been talking about through this whole thing. Through that, no, it's fine, Christina. If you posted the email, I'm perfectly okay with that. Thank you. If people want to donate, feel free to. But yeah, so I'm in this stage in life now where my passion is videography, photography, and now having chats with people. I love people more than I ever have. And now there's a lot of important things going on in the country that we need to have chats about, which we're not having chats about. And this has been my message from the beginning. If we're not having chats, we're not getting anything done. We can't hate on each other. We can make jokes, we can poke, at some crazy shit we've seen, but we got to quit hating each other and we got to start having chats. So, that's my message. And now I'm interested in that, and obviously I'm doing this now for like full time, really. Like, and it's right now I know like there's this section in this certain amount of time I'm committing to learning, and I'm rapidly learning, especially through this Freedom Convoy, what I need to do to produce an income on YouTube to keep being able to do this because my business is suffering. I'm an e-commerce seller, and I've made my living for about 7 years now doing that. So now I'm not working and I'm doing this, and the good thing is it's a really shitty time of year to be an e-commerce seller. Our good time is the middle range of Q2, Q3, and then Q4 is pure fire. So, but once again, there's a lot to be done in my main business, and I'm just getting back into that stuff right now. I should have been running it on the road, but there's so much, man, when you're trying to run around, you're trying to film, and like, if I just went and did these every day, these live streams, it'd be totally sustainable. It'd be really like really it would be. It'd be like it's really easy to launch a live stream, get a hold of someone, and I mean, I could sustain that, but I cannot sustain running around with a drone all the time and these cameras and getting, this high quality footage. I love it, but the amount of time that goes into planning, filming, and post production is insane. Someone's calling me. Hello? I'm in a live stream. What's up? No, what do you need? Oh, you're in Okotoks. Yeah, one of those coils if you can find one. Well, I mean, if you're in Okotoks, you might as well grab it there in case Black Diamond doesn't have it. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever you want to do. They'll probably have it, and if they're still open in Black Diamond, but yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, sorry about that. Important conversation had happened. Okay, so yeah, getting a coil from your vape. I said I wouldn't vape, but I'm vaping. Because I was like, I'm not smoking, and I was never addicted to nicotine, but then like the vape, if there's one thing that's actually got me going on the nicotine, the vape has lately. Cigarettes, I can put a cigarette down and not smoke for a month, but after the convoy, I started playing vapes, and I'm like, got drunk one night, bought one. Yeah, so like I said, I'm very passionate about the drone stuff. I'm very passionate about the DSLR photography, about the, filming things and just having an eye for whatever. Like I'm very passionate about spending time in nature. Like for example, I love photography because when I'm at a waterfall or something, it's not like I'm some basic bitch who just shows up at the waterfall, grabs a selfie in front of the waterfall and then leaves. I don't like that. I like spending some time. I like putting a blanket down, folding out the tripod, pulling out the neutral density filters, putting the camera on a long exposure, and sitting there and dialing in some shots and having a beer. Maybe just having a water. Doesn't have to be beer. Sometimes depends how nice the weather is. But yeah, sitting there and just in the winter enjoying the snowfall, spending time in locations or with people, filming and capturing things. And I found a healthy balance where I actually enjoy doing it. I really enjoy living life because my fear is that I get stuck behind a camera my whole life, a lens, and I'm always through a lens. I'm always, but no, I very much enjoy the things I do, the places I am. I take it all in and I film selectively, which has been a long process to learn how to balance that. This has taken me about 10 years to be able to find a perfect balance of like actually just natural, filming things, pulling things out, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, very passionate about it, but it's not sustainable for this channel. So I think if I'm going to be bringing you guys like a cool video, like a B-roll packed like drone shot, this is epic. It's going to be selective, maybe once a week, depending if I'm traveling or not. Like if I'm traveling, they're coming out all the time. I'm inspired. I'm like, fuck yeah, look at this cool place. Here's my motorhome here, and I'm flying here, and I put all these cool places together and make this cool music video and things like that. I love it. But when I'm at home, I can do some cool B-roll stuff. But then again, I mean, I'm at home, so I mean, like if anything, I'm going out and filming a car review. But now I'm not a car channel as much as I am a shitty hack job news reporter. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm seeing in my analytics that over 50% of the people who are on my channel, probably not you all are all probably definitely subscribed, but a lot of people who are on my channel viewing my videos, 50% of them aren't even subscribed. So if you aren't subscribed, which I'm sure all of you are, head over there, subscribe, put on the notification bell so you can always see when I go live and I have people on my channel here, because this is the plan going forward, is that I'm going to be doing a lot of these chats and talks with people. And yeah, looking forward to Dave's interview tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all the positive comments. Thank you to all the mods for coming in here today and hanging out. And I don't know if there's any trolls anymore. I actually didn't have the live chat on for the first like 40 minutes because I had no idea how to put it on, but it's obviously a little button right there. It says chat. Figured that out. Like I said, for people who are new in here, this is my first time on Restream. I've never done Restream before. So Dave from Live from the Shed taught me how to do this, and this is great. Dave's a great guy. Dave knows his shit. Thanks, Dave. And now we can all hang out from my bedroom here on my computer, and we can have people on and have chats. So yeah. Thank you, mods, for all your help. John and Christina, I see you there right now. I know there's other mods that were in here, like Dave and a few other ones. But yeah, thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting with people, sharing links, sharing information. As you guys know, our way out of this sticky situation with our government and a lot of these problems is through having conversations and, you know, acknowledging that we exist and that we all actually care about each other, even if we have different beliefs. So yeah, thanks for coming out. Smash that like button to keep the algorithm in my favor on the old YouTube here. And we will catch you in tomorrow's live stream at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.